Alright. Yeah. Operator, you know the missions. So it's actually time to go and... Well, there's all kinds of things happening. But it's time to try to head to fight Blazing Blizzard in Aegis Volcano. Yeah. And although the fact that when you pick just the 4 characters is a bit of a throwback to the Megaman 7 and 8, which brought its bosses in batches of 4. Which, as for at least the classical series, was quite dumb move, but in this one it works quite fine. Mostly because they made a stronger narrative. And of course, if I remember right, the same crew who made these Mega Man Zero games also made Mega Man 9, 10 and 11, so... And there's all kinds of pests and... for Zero to smash through and kill and chop and mutilate. Yeah, and volcanoes spewing stuff. And these little doorway thingies are actually the thing called cyberspace, which, well, it's a bit of a difficulty adjustment in the game. Yeah, because Zero takes hits badly. He's very good at giving hits, but it's a matter of taking them, he isn't so good. Well, which of course is quite appropriate in his characterization. Shit. Yeah, and doing some... Oh, damn it. That was a bit of a miscontrol of me. Mostly because the small platform, or smaller screen this game is made on, makes it a bit of wonky to... Oh shit, and another miss move. I should have got just... Yeah, the game recommends that you go really fast and efficient. Like this. 2 deaths by me not being smart enough, or say not fast enough, one could say that. And if you jump left, there's a bit of a place for you to get through, but yeah, jump to dash up. Yep, you need to be fast in that place, no way around it. Yeah, but the stages are set to this kind of little, you could say, cubby holes, or how we call it. And here's something like a tutorial for the triple rod. Yeah, you can shove things with them, which leads to goodies. Although triple rod itself feels quite clunky weapon, you can aim it to different directions, yes, but it generally is very clumsy feeling weapon. Which I say is not particularly nice thing for someone who has to be really fast and efficient with his weapons. And a time limit. Bring out the sword. Stuff pops up. Put it apart. Yep. I don't know what's the time limit for, and I don't want to find out. Most likely it was something like a body huge explosion which will kill you. Oh yeah. But the basic enemies you face in this game haven't gotten much. There isn't much of a, you could say, change in them, because, well, I think they make use of quite much of the same platform from the beginning. So there isn't much of, oh shit, there isn't much of, you could say, development in this. Although the small screen does make it occasionally that kind of fancy maneuvers bit tricky to pull off. Yeah, and these E-crystals are needed. And yeah, and of course the deadly spikes are deadly spikes. Fuck again. Yeah, and it's I could say that the basic method of how the graphics work, it's a bit misleading about how well can you climb on these stairs. It feels a bit of misleading, as you cannot, in a sense, dangle from the ladders like you could in something like a classic series, where you could more or less hang from the ladders much lower than in here. So it's took a bit of, yeah, and those things lurk to the floor and keep hitting you if you. Once more of that dash. That went through better than I expected. Plenty of deaths and evil sounding music. Yeah, and it's transforming itself. Whales numbers. Fire themed, and of course, and if you chop up, it can throw its pedals around, and I'm gonna, and then it does that kind of big fire spinny move. It can spew flamethrower stuff at you. Well, I'm gonna, and although that was a bit of a nasty move. And apparently it can also spew. And the flamethrower blocks your fire. Not like this, like this. Bullet to the head. And how well I fared, level A. I got the flame body chip and got his EX skill as well. Oh, it's time to just leave the stage then. And I got the flame fire attack as well. Alright, and I got the mission done, which is nice. Now, defeated the boss, so it's time to go and put the other mission around. and I really can't remember how these levelings were about, but let's just go and fight against Death Tans Mantis. Who made these names? Because I know they're translated from Japanese names, but it still would be something really dumb sounding name. Of course I can investigate. And I arrive into the forest area. So let's just arm with myself with the flame chip. Yeah, and I can burn vegetation with my sword charged attack, making it quite well. Most of it is just a set dressing, but there are places where a few places where it's actually you could say, if not necessary, at least quite convenient to burn out things. And there's also side doors, and the recoil rod allows you to punch through these walls. That's more or less the only use this weapon has in this game. They made gameplay quite strong about they made it quite clear that yeah, you have all these extra weapons and all that kind of thingamajiggeries, but the basic weaponry of Zero is powerful, potent, and devastating enough all by itself. There's not much need for any other trickeries. 001. That must be the first 00 agent ever. Yeah, and that little nice shove effect from fully charged triple attack looks nice, but it's quite pointless. Although I'd say that this level is perhaps the most prevalent about these breakable things. And of course you can attack diagonally with the triple rod, although you could call it tonfas. And also you can bump yourself forward with the triple rod's attacks. Put that on fire. Put that on fire as well, even though there wasn't much of use for that. One up, although quite unnecessary because of save assist system, even though I'd say that without that system, and well, it would be quite difficult. And I do say that because of how the basic difficulty of this game has been built, it's much more difficult at the beginning than later. When you have no upgrade, so you don't have anything really of the really fancy things which make the game of course easier. Later you have extra life, more life bars, better weapons, better maneuverability, elemental weaknesses, and all that kind of thingamajiggeries which you don't have at the beginning. So the game like this is more difficult at the beginning. Two cyber elves spinning around in a figure of 8. Yep. Let's go through this door. With a nice flaming effect, but no actual real fancy use. And it's a nice thing that they disregarded that quite annoying system of, you could say, weapon skill upgrading by using them, because it didn't serve much purpose. It mostly was quite pointless thing they added. Yep. Bit of risky maneuvers, but nothing life-threateningly stupid moves. And a mini-boss. Of course, they tend to show up. So let's just throw it with the shield boomerang. Which of course does reflect shots back at the enemies, but and finally killing this boss is a bit of a chore. It doesn't feel, it ain't fun. It's just so monotonous, and there's so much time not fighting the boss, which I don't like design wise. But now it went down, and I still have quite a nice chunk of life left, and with all this save assist system, I really don't need to. It gives me quite liberal amount of checkpoints and all that, so it's a real convenient system they added to this game. Come on, guy, start shooting, shoot at me. And some extra life bar. I don't actually know that is there much use to this shield weapon anyways, at least in this game. There isn't so much need to block attacks, mostly because damn, that was my greediness. Although I do admit that the shield boomerang does do show up quite nice moves once you get really heavy with its use. Old-fashioned going through, and how in hell they have all these all kinds of dudes just lurking about windows, throwing up stuff. Well, don't know. Just things demanded by the basic gameplay. burning through everything in sight. And there's some convenient stuff in here as well. Oh yeah, this actually leads you back, so there's no point going there. I don't know, could it work as a shortcut? Come on, show yourself up again. Blow yourself up. Oh, it's a real nice thing that the boomerang does still reflect shots back at the targets, so makes it a bit more handy to worthwhile to use. Yeah, just be stupid and shoot yourself to death. Not the most intelligent move from your part. And I'm quite certain that you will see much less deaths happening in the further I get to the game. Yeah. Sorry, but Zero's not remembering it. And that guy's not good guy at all. But I guess there's something else. They might be feared Zero more than him, who isn't a nice guy. Yep. Robotic praying mantis with huge claws. Yeah, did bit of misguided. That spinning move he does is the most. That spinny scythe move is the most dangerous he has, as much as I can say. Yeah, you can skip the cutscene, which is nice. Oh yeah, but he can jump through the walls. Ah, shit. Yeah. Being quite unpredictable, or maybe I should use instead of shooting him, try to chop him up. Game seems to favor that method, which is of course understandable. It's Zero. Zero should be is a close range combatant, but it's the real difficult thing when everything enemies are also like to get up close and personal with you. Ah, shit! It was about seconds. Something like well, luckily these attempts are quick, so, and it's not completely pattern based. Yes, he has attack patterns, but he's not following them in any specific order. So you have to really keep your eyes open. And of course, because of the hitboxes, might be a bit of a Yankee side. And of course, some of his attacks are much more manageable. This is much that chop him up. Yeah, how did I rank? Ranked B. And more plot. I don't think he ain't nice. He doesn't look nice. And even if he might not be lying here, I don't think he has any good intentions in this case. So basically these cyberwells are something like a souls or programming. Oh, well. Most likely nothing good, and especially with that Dr. Whale being around, even less good. So, but it's time to end this episode right here. I have defeated 2 of 4 first batch of bosses, so which is quite appropriate place to end this episode right here. See you next time. See ya.